Hello and welcome to Let's Play Project Zomboid, episode 12. We're at the beginning of the 16th day of survival for Special Agent Mulder. Looks like our power is still on. Gonna continue to try to eat down all this food that I have in the fridge and the freezer. Looks like my weight is 88 kilos with 2 upward chevrons. That's the way I like it. Got my generator set up, ready to go for when the outage inevitably happens. Today I think I'm going to drive around the town a bit and uncover a little bit more of the map. But before I do that, I am going to do a little bit of mechanic grinding. I'm going to continue to use the fossil oil van as my sacrificial practice vehicle. Let's go ahead and attempt to uninstall the hood. That was a failure. Trying the windshield now. Also a failure. Uninstall the right front window. And it's a failure. Let's go for the wheels for the first time. So since I have the jack and the lug wrench, I can remove the tires. That gives me a little bit of XP. Although your recommended mechanic level for removing a tire is level 1. You still have a 65% chance of success even if you're at level 0. Looks like I successfully removed the right rear tire. Now that I've done that, I can attempt to remove the suspension and the brake. The suspension requires mechanic level 6, and there's a 0% chance of success, so I'm not even going to try. Same with the brake. Honestly, I kind of agree with that assessment of realism. If I went out to my car right now and tried to disassemble the suspension with my real-life mechanic skill of 0, it would be a disaster. Attempting to uninstall the rear windshield. Failure. Let's go for the left rear wheel. That was a success, so I will reinstall that wheel. My mechanic skill is now 15 out of 75. Now it's 16.5 out of 75. Yeah, it's probably good enough for now. Drop the jack, the wrench, and the lug wrench on the ground. No need to carry those around on my adventures. Go ahead and hop in the Jeep and let's take a drive around town. That's funny. If you're in the car and you zoom in on the map, you see yourself in the awkward seated position. Alright. I'm going to explore the rich people neighborhood completely so that it's all uncovered on the map. Be careful for zombos. Since this one is so close to my house, I'm just going to kill him now. Head down the street here. Yeah, I was gonna say, let's keep a watch, or keep a lookout on the driveways, because there might be other cars. There's often decent cars in, like, the well-to-do parts of the map. Looks like I found a pickup truck here bearing the insignia of a Kentucky State Park Ranger, I think. Okay, this truck is in good condition. Let's check the engine quality. Engine quality is 73. It's not fantastic, but not terrible either. Not great, not terrible. I think rather than smashing the window, I can attempt to uninstall the window. No, never mind. I need the car key for that. Looks like smashing the window is the only option. No car key in the ignition. Leather gloves, Louisville map. Garbage bag. Gross, there's a dead bird in the pickup truck bed. The pickup has gas in it too, so I'm gonna make a note of that on the map. Use my handy dandy wrench symbol. Three zombos there. So far so good, not particularly dangerous. What is this car here? Before I investigate that blue car, unfortunately I've stirred up at least 3 of my formerly alive townsmates. Two more over here. Squish. Got one behind me, gotta be careful. Squish. The Zombo was wearing a party hat. How cute. Another one coming from the street. Sometimes it's easy to knock the zombies down, otherwise they seem to be really difficult to get on the ground. So I think this is a sports car of some kind. It'll tell me if I open the vehicle menu here. This is a Dash Elite vehicle type Sport. No gas in the gas tank. That's annoying. Empty gas can. You know what? I'm going to grab one of these just so that I can have an empty gas can in the back of the Jeep. Let's hop back in the Jeep and get back on the road. I'm going to want to watch out to not run over any zombies. As tempting as it is to flatten the little buggers with your car, it will seriously damage your car, and I would like my Jeep to stay in good condition. You know, in real life, if you so much as look at your Jeep the wrong way, it's not going to run. So I'm going to treat this one the same way. There is a Kentucky Transit van here, but there's too many freaking zombies. Way too many zombies to deal with it right now. Another blue car there. Yes. Some cars on the street I'm going to have to investigate at some point. Always on the search for a car with good engine condition that is also in good repair. Now I'm on Main Street, or what I think of as Main Street, and I'm heading east. I know from having played in Riverside before that this is pretty much the eastern end of the town. It's like a broken down park ranger car in the middle of the road. In general, in Project Zomboid, it's quite dangerous to drive around on the roads because the roads are just clogged full of zombies and car wrecks. Thankfully, there's no like raiders to worry about. Maybe when we get the NPCs, we'll have to deal with raiders and highwaymen as well. But for now, the throngs of zombies and constant car wrecks on the streets and roads are bad enough. Alright, so I've just driven a decent way east out of town. And this is pretty much the end of the town, like I said before. So I'm going to go ahead and head... Oops. Really got to be careful about that, because if there's a zombie outside your car and you press E accidentally, you'll exit the vehicle directly into the zombie's jaws. So I've seen the eastern fringe of the town. I know this bougie neighborhood pretty much ends here. One thing I would like to talk about now is the idea of setting up a new base somewhere. So the suburban house that I'm in now is an okay base, but it's not great. You can do a lot better. Pretty much any structure in the game can be a base if you want it to be. And even you can even set up your base like in the middle of a field and just build your own buildings. But if I see like a really good, if I see what I think is a really good base building, I might switch bases. And now that I have working vehicles and gas and stuff, moving all my belongings to the next base will not be that difficult. It's just a matter of a couple of car trips. So I'm in downtown Riverside here. The amount of zombies is significant, but not super startling. Actually, I just saw a giant crowd of them. I really don't want to hit any zombies or any other fixed objects with my Jeep, because it's going to mess it up. Take a look at the map. I'm now in the central to sort of west end of Riverside. Go ahead and go around the block here so I can reveal as much of the terrain in the map as I can. Looks like a sports car there in that driveway. A burned house. Okay, off to our right here is a shopping center. Another shopping center. Take a quick cruise through the parking lot here. Got a taxi cab and a crappy sedan. A crappy blue sedan. I'm just driving kind of slowly and cautiously, avoiding zombies. There's no way to drive around stealthily, so the best you can do is just try to avoid all the Zeds. Okay, so that driveway off to the left that I just passed leads to like a little cul-de-sac in the woods with like 6 houses, but I don't feel like going down that way right now. So I'm now on the west end of town, and there's a big like convenience store slash travel plaza there that I just passed, and there was one playthrough where I made that my base, and that's one of my favorite bases that I've done in the game. I turned the convenience store into like a little home with a bed and a bunch of storage and food. And I built a massive wall around the whole place. It took a long time, but it enclosed like a big area. And once I had done that, I was free to walk around safely inside because zombies will not spawn inside of enclosed areas like that. So it gave me some security, you know? Alright. I guess this is going to turn into a driving tour of all of Riverside. There's a Spiffos that I just passed. I guess I didn't really want to reveal the entire town, but now I've done most of it, so I might as well continue. There's a bait shop there. This little turnout is right next to the river. And this should be most of the town. There's more like to the west. Careful of random car wrecks. I think I'm gonna hit this mailbox. Oh, that was some professional tier driving there. Threaded a needle with like 1 inch of clearance. 2 zombies on either side of the Jeep. Yeah, this little neighborhood here is pretty much the western end of Riverside. Kind of like more basic, lower income houses, I think. Oh. I made contact with a zombie, and I think it reduced the condition of the Jeep by a tiny amount. What can you do? There's a lot of Zeds. Clearing this entire town is going to take a lot of work. Okay. Off to the left, you might have seen it. Past a junkyard, and there's a bunch of like junked and wrecked cars in there. Vehicles of all types that you can scavenge if you want. I'm going to head back, at least towards the main part of the town where my base is. Okay, here I'm at the Travel Plaza convenience store. There's a bar next to it and a laundromat. And this building right here that I'm at with the green roof is the actual Travel Plaza convenience store that I had my base at in the other playthrough. Take a gander at the map. Alright, this is pretty much all of Riverside on the screen here. So, it's something like 15 to 20 blocks long and 6 blocks deep. Compared to the other starting spawn towns, Rosewood is a little bit smaller than Riverside. Muldrow is a good bit bigger than Riverside. I'd say 50% again as big. And then West Point is like 2 or 3 times the size. 2 or 3 times the size and maybe 10 times the zombie population. So I'm just going to drive on back. Every time I make contact with a zombie, it's going to reduce condition by just a little bit. I don't like to do that. Gotta take care of your vehicles in this game. Alright, let's do a little looting. I'm 1 street over from my house. Gonna go inside this big ranch-style house here. See if I can find me some goodies. Keeps playing that stressful zombie music. It's time to calm down, game. Not many of that. Not that many zombies around. Haven't encountered any houses with car alarms or with house alarms yet, and that has been a blessing because a house alarm, if you trigger one, makes a astronomical amount of noise, and it will draw zombies, not even exaggerating, within about a 10-block radius. So since that's about half the size of Riverside, it's literally going to draw half the zombies in the entire town to your location. So nothing you can do about house alarms. There's no way to tell if a house that you're trying to get into has one or not. You'll only know when it starts going off. This house is actually vacant. Which I guess implies that it might be a good base, good location to set up a base. But I would have to bring a bed and shelves and a bunch of other junk. Probably easier to just find a place that has that stuff already. Let's see what's in the little shed here. I still would like to find a second generator. Go ahead and take a hammer for the hammer collection, some wood glue. That's gonna do it for that little shed. We got a biter. See if there's anything in this mailbox. Nope. Okay, so that house is clear. We haven't seen it yet, but on the outskirts of Riverside, to the east, not too far from my present location, there's a secluded, like, farmhouse. The inside of it is all wooden. It's almost like a cabin inside. But the fact that it's secluded makes it potentially attractive as a base. Oh, found the key to this car. Out of gas, of course. With a full condition baseball bat in the trunk. That's kind of cool. Since that car is in decent condition, actually I need to check that first. Alright, new rule. I'm not going to take a vehicle back to base unless its engine quality is greater than, let's say, 60. Oh, I just shouted by accident. Probably wasn't very smart. Engine quality, 46. Sorry, white car. Looks like you didn't quite make the cut. Seems that my shouting didn't have any effect because none of the zombos in the yard across the street even noticed it. Brown sugar, cereal, coffee, granola, and 2 peanut butters. Those are all excellent dry stores items. And in the fridge we have some fresh fruit. Might as well enjoy it because this is the last time that I'll get fresh fruit in this game. Once the power goes out, it all rots. In the freezer we've got a ham, high calories. Take that and leave the rest of it. Check out the bookcase. Master bedroom with a queen-size bed, which I'm going to disassemble. Am I close to getting a level up on carpentry? I've got to do like 6 more beds before I get there. I disassembled the bed, didn't get anything good except a nail, and I'm going to go ahead and mark that one off the map. Mark that one off the map. Hit up the next door neighbor's house. Got a Zed with a white cowboy hat that fell off his head when I hit him in the face. Continuing to disassemble watches whenever I see them. I do need to get that electrical skill up to level 1 so that I can hotwire vehicles. Seems pretty quiet around the perimeter of this house. Oh, I hear something undead inside pounding around. Master bedroom. Disassemble the bed. Five more of these beds to go and I'll be at level 2. Looks like I got 2 planks out of that one. Once I'm at carpentry level 2, I'm going to start reading the intermediate level carpentry skill book, which, if I finish it, is going to give me a 5x boost to my carpentry XP. And that's going to cause me to level carpentry quite quickly. I don't know exactly where that Zombo is. Orange soda and cheese in the fridge. Chicken, not worth taking. We got spaghetti bolognese and fruit cocktail. I'm going to take both of those cans. Olive oil and sugar. The Zombo's in the closet. Yep. Squish. Anything good in the closet? Nope. Zombo has a hunting knife on him. I would take it, but it's in poor condition. Alright. It's 10:50 in the evening. It's about time to head back. on back to my home cul-de-sac. I don't see any biters bumping about. I'll leave that empty gas can in there. Got 2 planks in my bag, so I'm gonna board, check for Zeds of course, I'm gonna board up these 2 windows here, one of which goes to my bedroom and the other goes to my master bathroom. I've got 3 planks on all those windows. Let's go ahead and head inside here. Unload my bounty of stuff. We got cereal, coffee, granola. All goes in the dry stores. We got peanut butter. We got sugar. We got a fresh ham. Two Louisville maps. Once I have Louisville completely revealed, I can stop collecting these. I don't think that changed how much of Louisville I can see. No, there's still 2 pieces missing. Here's a complete view of Riverside, more or less. In case there's anybody watching who wants to pause it. This is the layout of Riverside. There's more commercial stuff here that's not quite revealed yet. Also, over far to the west, there's like a trailer park and a big factory or something. Like machine tool factory or something. It's over in this direction. So I'll take a trip out there at some point if I survive long enough. Go ahead and stash those Louisville maps. Refill my water bottle at the bathroom sink. Stash the cans. Stash the brown sugar. Kitty cat, come. Kitty cat came to say hi and knock down my flashlight in my office. Stash the hammer in my hammer collection. Stash the wood glue. Stash the garbage bags. Stash this baseball bat that I found in the trunk of that car. Just grabbed a bunch of random skill magazines that I haven't read yet. I always read all the skill magazines, even if I don't intend on using the recipes, because if I'm out scavenging, it will tell me if I've already read one of the magazines. So reading it is a good way to check it off the list, so to speak, and make the game tell you that you already have it in your collection. So I'm going to, real quick, before I do my reading session, I'm going to put the backpack on the ground, and we're going to have Mulder do some push-ups. If we look at the strength, we can see him gaining a little bit of strength. It's tiny amounts of XP that are gained, but over time it does add up. And reaching strength level 6 increases our base carry capacity from 12 to 14, which is pretty awesome. And it gives us a boost to all melee strength. Looks like our weight is 89, but with no chevrons. Take a look at our stats one more time. 89 kilos. Favorite weapon is crowbar. 421 zombies killed, and I've survived 16 days. I'm going to spend the rest of this day reading the mechanics skill book and those skill magazines. That'll wrap it up. Peace.